Welcome to another episode of the Loafing Around podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things Pokemon, and each week I'm joined by a unique guest that is known in the Pokemon community, be it a VGC player, game analyst, TCG player, or Pokemon theorist, and so on, to hang out with them and ask them some questions about their passions, opinions, and experiences with the Pokemon franchise. I am your host, SB, a longtime Pokemon fan and a Pokemon content creator. Today, I am joined by a Pokemon YouTuber that covers info, announcements, theories, and even leaks. If something happens in the Pokemon world, he is one of the first on it and always provides quality coverage. His name represents one of the most underrated Pokemon of all time, and I am so excited for you to meet him. And we're back. Welcome to the show, Dusty Gogoat. Thanks for coming on, and how are you doing?
What's up, SB? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to have you on. Super excited to have someone with your knowledge on the show.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done like an official podcast. Really, I do a lot of like YouTube podcasts where they're really just long videos. But this is a different vibe. I'm liking this.
Yeah, definitely. We try to do, a little bit of both. We post on YouTube, but kind of more just on the audio side. Post on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah.
So try and reach out as
I
far
feel
as
like I'm
we
with
can.
Mary and Professor Oak right now in Johto.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an Ampharos over there in the corner counting us in.
Yeah. Oh man, what a great episode. I love the Johto episodes. I love the Johto
Yeah,
season.
definitely.
Big fan.
But dude, we're here. What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah. So the first thing I kind of wanted to touch on, like I kind of mentioned earlier in our intro, that you cover, everything that kind of gets announced. You're really big on news and announcements and even leaks and things like that. So you kind of want to talk more about what your channel covers and kind of where you want it to go in the future.
Yeah, so this is a tricky one because I feel like I'm kind of fluctuating between a couple different identities when it comes to like what I do and what my purpose is on YouTube. I started out the channel doing a couple, like within my first 20 videos, a whole bunch of different things. There were like product reviews. There was, I guess, like game reviews. Like I'd buy some loose GBA DS games and I'd like review what's inside of them. I think I was trying to emulate some of the most fun videos that I remembered watching by other creators on YouTube on the platform. And then, but also what I've always enjoyed doing with my friends in real life is not reviewing, but like just looking into leaks and seeing, and like those fake 4chan rumors, right? And seeing like what could be real. It's just that like the whole angle of speculation, really. And I started putting up some of those videos onto the Dusty Gogoat channel, and those definitely got the most traction. I think I remember getting my first like 4,000 views on a video when I had like 300 subs, and I was like, this is sick. Like I truly love speculating with my friends, but instead of 3 people in a group chat, it's, the entire internet or 4,000 people, whoever's gonna like tune in and watch. So right now,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I don't know, like it's truly genuine. I really do enjoy, just that's where like the spawn of the headcanon was, right? Like I have all these ideas. I watch other creators who have theories. I'm on the Reddit. I'm on I'm on 4chan. We're all like talking about ideas, what we want to see in the games. So right now I do a whole bunch of, I guess it's news and rumor coverage, and just saying it out loud. I mean, if we're going to get real intimate, SB, like honestly, just hearing myself say that I do news content is kind of like lame. Like I don't want to be a news channel. What I really like to do is I really want to lean into like theories. I love making the future of Pokemon videos where I like talk about what I would like to see and take educated guesses on like what we could probably expect in the next 3 to 5 years. Like those are my favorite videos to make because I can kind of like let my imagination go wild. And I do, this is just a part-time gig for me. Like, I'm thankful enough where I can make a little bit of money to justify prioritizing so much time to make YouTube videos, and I love it. Like, it's so much fun. But yeah, I think I am limited on time, so I kind of just, I think I'm almost leaning on the rumors, and that, I mean, in 2022, I'm leaning on the leaks to really just like make content, because all I have to do is like turn the camera on and start like speculating, right? But I think definitely down the line, what I would want to do is, shout out, Hoops and Hip Hop, right? Like, I want to make full on videos, like where they're encapsulated theories, or, Birdkeeper Toby. You know the drill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, theory videos, like that's where my channel leans towards as well. So I totally understand you there.
Yeah.
Theorizing what's to come, what has happened, did we miss this? That style of thing. I enjoy the Pokemon theory side of things as well. So I totally feel
And
you
it's
on
like
that.
all a blend. Like, I mean, I feel like, I feel like our brains naturally put certain things in a box. So if it is a rumor video, then it can only be a rumor video. But I like to think that I have like I think I put a pretty hefty spin on my rumor, my rumor coverage, where it's, I'm just talking about things that I would like to see, or, oh, that's sick, what if this was this? And then I start talking about things that aren't even in the post that I'm reading, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I think you're super good at I know you said, saying the news is kind of boring, but covering what just has come out, the information that has just come out from the Pokemon
Yeah.
company, but then kind of adding in your own and evolving it, and kind of saying, like, based on this, maybe we could see this, or based
Yeah.
on this idea, maybe we can offset into this. So it's super interesting to see that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of fun. I mean, so what are your I don't know, like, what are your goals going forward with your channel?
Yeah, definitely. As far as mine's concerned, I would really, really like to get and as you mentioned, someone who is a very big inspiration to me personally with hoops and hip hop. So his theory videos are phenomenal, and I would love to get to his level of uh, not only not saying like, oh, I have a theory based on this trailer, but kind of being able to go back and say,
Yeah.
like, here's a theory, like he did a one recently where adding a fourth Pokemon to trios,
Yeah.
things like that, where you can go back into the history of Pokemon and kind of speculate on that, and like what ifs. And I love that idea, and I would love to kind of get more into the what ifs instead of just theorizing on the now. Kind of the what ifs on the
Yeah.
past would be super huge and super fun to get
No,
into.
definitely. That series that he just put out was like super fun to watch. I think from a viewer's perspective, those videos are awesome because, like you said, like, you're kind of going, like, we're not forgetting about the old, right? We're not forgetting about the old content that we grew up on. But then on the back end, from the creator perspective, what Hoops is doing with those videos is like, those videos are going to be relevant forever. Like, you can go back in 2, 5, 10 years, watch that video, and you'll probably forget a lot of it, and then you can actually enjoy it like syndicated television.
Absolutely, yeah. And like something else that he's really able to do that I in the future hope to do whenever, more money starts rolling in from content creation is to get artists involved. Like, he's really good at
Hmm.
getting artists involved and being able to not just say, oh, this would be a cool idea, but like, here's what the cool idea would look like, and here's how I imagine it. And that adds a lot of replayability and a lot of
For real.
drive to come back, because you want to see that art again. You want to see the fourth Kanto bird again. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
shout out to Lestava, dude. Yeah, he works with some crazy artists, super talented people.
So I am kind of curious. Speaking of your channel and kind of the history of it, where did the name Dusty Gogoat kind of come from? Is that your favorite Pokemon? Do you just love the fact that it's a grass goat, or where does it come from? Where does it come into
I think
play?
I was really thinking about, okay, so this is like a deep cut. Like, maybe in like 5 years, if I'm actually like a big channel, people will be like, "Oh, this is a sick piece of trivia." Okay, so like,
Yeah, right.
some other names that I was playing around with were Grumpy Lotad. I was
Okay.
really just trying to think of like a good, like, I was trying to think of a Pokemon that could be easily like branded or like turned into a logo. Gogoat actually is pretty difficult to turn into a logo. I was able to turn it into a logo with my newest logo, but so Lotad was one because it's like circular. And then I also really like the Pokemon Sableye, and I also really like the Pokemon Scizor. So like, really, Sableye and Scizor, and like maybe Porygon too. Those are like my favorite Pokemon. Steelix as well. I would have to say Golden Steelix, like the shiny form. kind of getting off topic, but like I think so. Gogo is like Gogo to me reminds me of like a really stoic dog or a really stoic like horse, like a steed, something that like a knight would, because you ride Gogoat in the Kalos region. So to me, it always reminded me of like this like stoic, I don't know, just animal that you would just like, or Pokemon, right? That you would ride on the back of and like into battle or whatever. It also kind of, it's kind of like an old man. So basically when I started the channel, I was working at a greenhouse. I was like every day, like a commercial greenhouse, we like grew flowers.
Yeah.
And every day I would come home and I'd be covered in soil. So the dawn of the name Dusty Gogoat, dust was kind of twofold. One, it was like I'm covered in dust, covered in dirt. But then also like I like the idea of like you send your Gogoat out into battle, it's shiny maybe, and it like flashes, like it's a shiny, so it like flashes stars, and the stars fall. I don't know if this is a boring description, but I don't know.
No,
Yeah, there's no visuals to substitute or to supplement what I'm saying, but this.
For the imagination comes in for the audience.
If you're listening, close your eyes and then listen to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So something about like just a dirty goat, but it was like the stoic, wise old man. It reminded me of like a wizard almost. So honestly, I do. Absolutely. Yeah. So I do like Gogoat. I hope that comes through a little bit. But no, it's not my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon is Sableye, Scizor, Porygon 2. Steelix? I guess I have to commit and make a team of 6 now.
Isn't it hard?
It
though?
is
It's
so
hard to make a full 6. It's 3 or 4, easy. I can name 3 or 4 easy. 5 and 6. That's when it's like, do I want to really lock?
Yeah.
these in?
I'm like already thinking like, well, I didn't pick a starter. I feel like I should pick a starter, and then I'm like, you know, and then I'm like, I like Scyther. I'm sorry, I know I like Skarmory, but I'm also like Corviknight is also wicked sick. Corviknight's one of the best.
Right.
Actually, so let's do this right now. Like, what's your team of 6? You have to commit, and it's interchangeable. This is just it's like an elite 4 team, right? Like this is your champion team.
4 of them are insanely easy for me because my top 4 Pokemon locked in won't change ever. So Totodile, Dragonite, Noivern, Rampardos.
Rampardos?
I love Rampardos. Okay. I is from the anime with Rourke. I was all in on this. Like whenever I saw it like take it on and then evolve against Turtwig, I was like, this headbutt is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I fell in love with it. And since then I've just been like, this is a fantastic Pokemon. I love everything about it. That's epic. I'm a huge Granados Rampardos fan.
It's a really great Pokemon. The shiny's really good too.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
absolutely.
Do you have the last 2?
So number 5 for me. No, actually. So Slackoth, like the name Loafing Around just kind of came about because I was like, what's like a Pokemon way to say just like 2 people hanging out, chatting, just talking Pokemon like friends, you know? And I was like, and I was trying to think of like, has there ever been like a relaxing way? And I was like, slack off. And I was like, not really. But then I was like, oh, Loafing Around.
That's really good.
And I was like, yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll make it Loafing Around.
It's a great name. It really is a great name.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, my number 5 would likely be Scizor.
Oh,
big Scizor fan. So yeah, I'm huge.
That's
Scizor
why you
fan,
wanted me on the channel.
Yeah. I saw you say that you were like Scizzor's back, and I'm like, all right, get on.
So I just made a joke on Twitter, but honestly, like it's a great name. I made a joke that like my like alt channel name could be Rusty Scizor, so it's like Dusty Gogoat, Rusty Scissor. Ooh. And like metal rusts, so it's like it's honestly a great name.
That would be fantastic. That's a good one. That's 10 out of 10. Yeah.
All right, so number 6.
Number 6, this is where it gets really hard because there are some real good contenders in this one because I have several Pokemon that I am like a huge fan of, and some of them like people won't really expect probably.
Yeah.
Like one that's always in contender for number 6, Medicham.
Okay.
Big Medicham fan. And I know it's not a common thing, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I don't know what it was about it. And then seeing Greta use it in the anime, I was like, this is a great Pokemon. And I've been about it ever since.
So this is a podcast. I feel like I should be making controversial opinions right now. Like I think Medicham is awful.
Yeah, oh man, there it is right there. A lot of people do. A lot of people hate the legs and the head.
Like I think it was cooler in Gen 3, and then maybe it was overplayed in Gen 4, and then like ever since I'm just like I don't like it for whatever reason.
Yeah. That's I would say like 75% of people are like, ugh, like I don't like that Pokemon. I don't know
But I
why.
respect
It's the
it.
same thing. I like Dracovish a lot too. I
Yeah,
don't know
Draco.
why. And people are
See,
like,
Dracovish is
no.
like bad. It's like it's like bad on purpose. So it's good. I like it a
Yeah,
lot,
it makes it good. Yeah,
and it's
yeah, I agree there.
powerful. That's actually how I used to make a lot of. That's how I used to choose a lot of my favorite Pokemon. I used to battle competitively. I mean, like I used to battle competitively very seriously with my friend group, but totally like offline. So there was no like Smogon. We didn't know what that was. And that was in Gen
Yeah.
4 and 5. And then Gen 6, I like discovered the internet, like the competitive side of the internet. And so like Gen 6 and 7. Anyways, so like, yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon that I decided were my favorites because they were so good in battle, like Porygon 2, like Sableye. It's like you like start getting like a win streak. You're like, this is my favorite. Like Conkeldurr. I love Conkeldurr. It's so good
Oh,
because it's good.
really?
It's powerful, and I've like I love it now. And I was able to get a couple shinies, totally full odds. I'm like I love it now. And here's another weird one, Cofagrigus.
Cofagrigus, I like. I like it. I like Cofagrigus. I like
Yeah.
Runerigus. Yamask is good. Like, I like that. Conkeldurr actually is probably my second least favorite Pokemon in existence. The only one that beats it out is Girder. I hate Girder so
Bro,
much.
you're gonna say these Pokemon are worse than? I mean, Girder is worse than Conkeldurr, but like,
Girder is my least favorite Pokemon.
but like, you mean like least favorite because because our headcanons don't allow the elemental monkeys to exist? Is that why? Because those have to be the
Yeah,
worst.
those are definitely down there. Here's I actually I like semi poor. I like semi poor, but the rest of them I'm out on.
Respect.
Semi poor.
I
I'm like,
respect you, but
that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, no, I get losing respect. But yeah, for number 6, like, it's tough because like, you have Medicham, I love Poipole, I
Poiple's
like
really good.
Kecleon
Yeah,
a lot,
Kecleon is cool.
Lapras, Hawlucha, like, there's several Pokemon that I'm like, would Swellow would put in there, but I think my number 6 I'd have to go with
Swallow's cool too.
okay, yeah, there's several that I'm, like,
Swallow
really
because the
fighting with
anime,
right
right?
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely, because the anime
yeah.
thing was a tank. So if I had to pick one right now, I would probably say Medicham, but Snorlax is also good competition for number 6.
Yeah, Snorlax is one of those that like it truly is an OG. It's you can't go wrong with that.
It's classic. It's classic for
I always
sure.
think that like the first anime where it's wake up Snorlax where it's eating the vines.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the spiky vines are just constantly, and like the dude that plays the flute looks like the most chill man I've ever met
Yeah,
in my
he
life.
looks like you should get him on the podcast.
Yeah. There we go. When are we gonna get voice actors on here? Veronica Taylor, next guest.
What about I actually I've talked to Jason Page.
Oh, that'd be so cool to have
I
him
could try to
on.
pull some strings.
There you go. Yeah, I talked to you once at a conference.
Yeah, I didn't. I talked to him like on a Zoom. It was
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, I was with this now disbanded group. It's called the Pokey Hype House. That was for like about a
Okay.
year, maybe like 6 months. Amazing creators. There was a group of creators. But they had connections to Jason Page, and I was able to like be on call. I think when he was there.
I would always tell that story. I would open with that story anytime someone met me. Hello, my name is Dusty Gogoat, and I have spoken to Jason Page on a Zoom call. Like, I'd be like, wow, really?
Dude, I'm hyped. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's
Man,
great. That song is iconic.
oh,
That
yeah,
song is
yeah.
iconic.
I would say, like, probably the most well-known anime theme song. Like, because even just regular people, people that don't watch anime,
Yeah, they
they
know
don't
it.
play Pokemon, they know the song.
That is true. Honestly, out of all animes, like what? I mean, other than the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like time to duel. I can't think of Dragon Balls off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like 60% of people could do it word for word. Like,
That's
they could be like,
honestly
oh,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
true. Yeah, I think a lot of things
yeah.
with the Pokemon, like anything that I like because it's Pokemon, I think I just kind of minimize in my head, and I go like, well, I know it, and it's huge because I know it, and I'm just obsessed. When in reality, it's like a lot of this stuff really is like a global phenomenon.
Permeates all of culture.
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and get into our next segment. It's going to be a little game for you and the listeners where I'm going to ask you 5 trivia questions, and they're going to be about Pokemon reveals to celebrate the new trailer.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Yeah. So I don't want you to answer them quite yet because I'm going to give
Yeah,
you and the guests or the audience the rest of the episode to think about the answers, and then we'll answer them at the end. You think you're
yeah,
ready?
definitely. I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. In episode 1 of the Pokemon anime, we see a Pokemon fly across the sky near a rainbow, inspiring Ash to chase his dream of becoming Pokemon Master. Little did we know at the time we wouldn't know who that Pokemon was until Generation 2. What Pokemon was that?
That was the easy one, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I know that one.
Okay, there we go, yeah. I figured that, like, most people would know that one, hopefully. But I was like, "Man, I'm asking anime questions, he's not an anime channel, I don't wanna be like him be like, "I don't watch the anime at all, never watched it."
I mean, you can continue the questions, but I think I watched, what was it, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and then like that's it.
Okay, still, that'll be great for these questions coming up
All
then.
right, great. Let's do it.
Alrighty, question 2. During the pre-release trailer cycle for Generation 8, we got some very interesting trailers and promotional videos. One was an extremely long live camera footage event focusing on the Glimwood Tangle. What two Pokemon were revealed in the Glimwood Tangle promotional video?
Okay, feeling good about this.
Think you got him? You think you got the two? Okay, there we go. Alrighty, we will go to question 3. The first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, is a nostalgia trip for all of us 20 or 30 somethings. But during the opening battle scene between Ash and a pirate looking man named Raymond, we see a Pokemon that we had never seen before that didn't officially come out until Generation 2. What Pokemon was that?
I think I know this one too.
Oh, there you go. You're on it. You're on top of it. Okay, we'll move right on to question 4 then. And this one is going to be a 50-50 shot, so I feel like you'll get it, but we'll see. We'll see if you catch something on here. True or false? Minior, Mudsdale, Lurantis, and Oricorio were all revealed in trailers before Sun and Moon were released.
Interesting. All right, you might have got me on that one.
Yeah, okay. You want me to read the Pokemon again that I said? That
You're
helps?
gonna read them at the end, right?
Yeah, definitely. I just didn't know. Some people were like, I need to mull over it the whole
No,
episode.
no, that's good. That's good.
Alrighty, so now this is a guest question just for you, and it is entirely based on your name being Dusty Gogoat, a Gen 6
Oh,
Pokemon.
that's interesting. Okay, great.
When Kalos was announced, 5 new Pokemon were in the announcement trailer. What 5 Pokemon were revealed in the announcement trailer for X and Y?
Tricky, tricky, tricky. That was a long time ago. That was 10 years ago. Yeah. I feel like I remember. Oh, we'll get into that when we get into that. All right, that's sick. That's a good question.
You think you got it though?
I
Think you feel pretty good
We'll
about
see. We'll see. Gotta wait to the end to find out.
it? Yeah, right. Stay tuned. Alrighty, now we will move on to a segment called RKS News, where we cover the cool and or weird news in the Pokemon community. So the first one's just going to be a little PSA for everyone, kind of, but the pre-orders have pretty much started everywhere for Scarlet and Violet, and there are bonuses galore. There are little Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigatito figurines. There's in-game clothing items already available, and way more available. There's so many pre-order bonuses coming out. It's crazy. Have you pre-ordered yet, or are you gonna just get one? You gonna get both?
You know, I don't typically pre-order because I've never had an issue getting a game. I'll typically I'll go in the day, like if you go for midnight release, I'll go like at
Yeah,
10 o'clock and then that's technically a pre-order. But my biggest fear is ordering something online for a pre-order bonus and then not getting the game in time, like not getting the game day one. That's my biggest fear, so I just never pre-order.
100%. And like, it's on both sides too. Like if you are a full-time content creator,
Yeah,
you're relying on being the first of making videos. If you are a like someone who's a part-time content creator, you usually have a job or something that you ask off time for and things like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, you
So
got it.
waiting sucks.
Yeah, so what honestly, it's pretty irresponsible. But for the last, I guess you could say 3 games, yeah, going back to Sword and Shield. Actually, I probably did this for every single game. I probably did this for Let's Go too. But as far as I can remember, I think I typically take I'll get out early on Friday and then take Monday off, and I just I'll do 12-hour binges of the games. I get really unhealthy in those 48 hours.
No, absolutely 100%. I always will take the Friday and the Monday surrounding the games off. Like the second that they announced these games, Scarlet and Violet, the Monday after, because it was announced on a Sunday, the Monday after I went into work and requested the days off.
You gotta wait till the last minute and then use your sick time.
Yeah, right. I was just like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm going to need this time off. Very important things going on
Yeah.
this day. I'm not going to discuss them with you, boss, but I just need the time. Alrighty, so next up is actually tons of news about Pikachu. for no reason at all. The Pokemon Company has released a crazy amount of news about Pikachu.
Wait, I want to go back.
Okay, yeah, no, no, no.
Do you think we're gonna get a Nintendo Switch OLED special edition for for Scarlet and Violet? Do you think that's actually gonna happen? Because I want one so bad.
If they would do it, I would absolutely want one. I think if they do it, they'll announce it like a month before
Okay,
the games come out, and I think
so
we
there's still
will, but I
hope.
think they'll wait until right before and then be like coming out in 2 weeks or something like that. I think they're gonna try and build up as much hype as they can around it to go coincide with Sword and Shield, or that is that time, Scarlet and Violet. But um, outside of that, though, I would say that if it doesn't happen there, it will happen during Breath of the Wild 2
Great.
when that releases, that they'll build around that because they'll want, that game to be game of the year again, and they'll want as much tech around it as they can,
Okay.
big promotion cycle, I'm assuming.
Okay. Well, that's good. That means there's still hope.
Yeah, I think there's still hope. I mean, the way that they've always done it, I wouldn't be surprised because, like, they've always gotten the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the 3DS XL new, the 3DS
Yep.
X. You know what I mean?
Those
So
old consoles are so cool, and I remember like every time a new one of those new consoles would come out, like the 3DS. I think I was at a point in my life where I did have money. I did have expendable money. I was probably like in high school or whatever, and I'd be like,
yeah,
"Oh, this is sick." Or no, I said the opposite, where I was like, "I'm too cool for that. I'm not gonna use it. Why would I get that?" And then like it's only ever like 2 years later, I'm like in desperate, um, just like regret that I didn't get the
yeah,
Pikachu edition 3DS, new 3DS, whatever it is. Like those consoles are amazing.
yeah, absolutely. And like, that's how I kind of feel. In my younger years, owned a Game Boy Micro, and then I didn't care about
Bro.
having the Game Boy Micro. But nowadays, I'm like,
Yeah.
where's my Game Boy Micro? I like still want to search my parents' basement and be
That's
like, where
yeah.
is
That's
this?
the only like since I started playing video games with the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Micro is the only like Nintendo system I've never like had or played.
When I first got it, I was all hyped. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, "This is the new thing. Like, this is great." But then, like, a year later, I was the only kid that had a Game Boy Micro, and so when you're a kid with that, everyone's like, "Why do you have a stupid
You're
console?"
right. It's so tiny. Does it have a
And
backlit
I was like,
screen? I would love to.
Yes,
I would.
yes, it
That's
does.
sick. I would love to
Yeah,
get one of those and start using it for like my Instagram videos that I do, where like I'll just play my Game Boy or my DS just like on the beach.
yes. I forgot to talk about that. You're like secondary. You have like a secondary channel going on where you play your the Pokemon games at random places. Because I had just subscribed to that like Tuesday or Wednesday
Oh,
of
that's
last week.
sick. That's sick. Yeah, it's.
That I was
I've
like,
been making those
yeah,
videos on TikTok for over a year now. I started posting them on Instagram. I saw a ton of like, I built a community there, and now people are like, "That's sick. Like, that's awesome that you're doing that."
man.
So I said, "Let me just make a channel, just kind of house all this, like just all these different videos." Because I've only posted like maybe like 20, but I have like 100 of them. Because I
Yeah,
usually take like
I
five
was interested
videos.
when I saw it. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, it's just fun to do. It's a
yeah.
fun like tech hobby.
100%. I'm obviously a fake fan because I didn't know you had a TikTok and don't follow it, but now I know what I'm doing after this podcast.
No. I don't use it
No, no,
anymore.
no.
I don't use it anymore.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
I
okay.
mean, you can follow if you want. We'll see what happens. I'm on every platform.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did say you were on 4chan even.
Yeah. I don't. I need to get my own board.
Tumblr dot Dusty Gogoat. I don't know how Tumblrs work. I
Yeah.
gotta be
Right.
honest. I
Yeah.
don't.
I guess I could make a board. No, that's
There you
Pinterest.
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pinterest board. Yeah, just pictures of you in
Oh,
Pokemon. Like,
what's that new social media? Be Real. I'll have to make one of those.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw something about that. I'm not on it, but I saw it. Yeah.
Dusty will be on it soon.
Oh, there we go. Be the first.
But
Be the first to
anyways, so we
follow.
got Pikachu
Keeping up people.
news.
Yes, no, they're for no reason at all. It's Pikachu news galore. I was like, trying to find news articles like what I want to talk about, and I was like, there's Pikachu, and there's
What's
Pikachu,
happening
and
with
there's Pikachu. And
Pikachu?
I'm like, so like first off, we have the I Choose Chew Sword and Shield online competition
Yes,
where people can battle using only the Pikachu line. Alolan Raichu does count in
that
that.
looks like a lot of
Um,
fun.
yeah, yeah. So I love when they do stuff like that. So if you have a member of the Pikachu line, you can do it. It's a singles match. You'll get battle points for winning or for participating. Yada yada.
Hmm.
So very interesting. Then in Pokemon Unite, starting on September 1st, the Pika Party format is going to come out, where everything is Pikachu. You're Pikachu, your teammates are Pikachu, enemies are Pikachu, wild Pokemon are Pikachu, the boss, like the raid boss is Gigantamax Pikachu, everything's
That
Pikachu.
honestly, yeah, I forgot those were in the. That's the thing. These directs come out, these presents, and all we focus
Yeah.
on is the new Pokemon. But there was a lot of a lot of fun stuff.
No, yeah, yeah. They had a lot of Masters information, a lot of like Pokemon Cafe
Yeah.
remix information, stuff like that, which I don't play that game, but for people who do, got a lot of info. That's cool. Very good for you. uh and then we also got the purchase bonus for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet where you can get a flying Terra type Pikachu with the move Fly, which has never there's not been released for Pikachu before that it can have the move fly, just fly. It had Let's Go Pikachu, we had the flying type move, but it was not fly. So this will be very interesting where you can start the game with a fly Pikachu. So Gym one,
Yeah,
you could go in and, go up in the sky, missed a move, come down, hit him with fly, hit him with electric. I mean,
that's a
it's
lot of fun.
gonna
Honestly,
be crazy.
I
Yeah.
would love if they brought back more of that stuff into the main series where you could get those they're not gimmicks, but they're like I don't know, like event moves, right? Like give
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like special one-off
yeah, like
things. You
that
know what I
that's
mean?
cool where it's like not easily accessible, but we see those phenomenon like we see those like anomalies, that's a better word, in the anime,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like there's a crystal onyx or right. Or like there's happens to be whatever Pokemon can learn water gun, even though it's not that type. Like I would like to see more of that stuff in the main series.
Yeah, no, that would be great. I would absolutely love that. Or like, just different colored Pokemon, like the purple Kecleon. That's not
Yeah,
shiny, but
right?
it would be cool to
Yeah.
have pink
Yeah.
Butterfree. It'd be cool to have,
100%, yeah.
So definitely things like that. But yeah, so there's a ton of Pikachu hype right now. A lot of Pikachu events going on. I'm just assuming that they're trying to reveal Gorochu, which is fine. Go ahead, reveal it. I'm very interested.
I'm waiting for the leakers to announce that.
Yeah, right. Like, just tell me if Gorochu's in the game.
Please.
Let them make me happy for once.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. So yeah, speaking of all the different styles of games that we've gotten information on the past week, Pokemon Masters is having an egg event until August 22nd, where fire and ground eggs are going to be given to players. So if you're itching to get an Arcanine on your team and you haven't yet, now's your chance.
Oh.
I don't know if you play Masters, but they got a lot of info. Red coming to the game, things like that. So
I don't, but I, honestly, like that trailer totally faked me out.
that faked everyone out. Every single person was like, Red and Scarlet and Violet, Red and Scarlet, and then it was like to Master.
I was convinced that was a Johto, because red only appears like that on
Oh
the top
yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah,
top of
yeah.
Mount
The end
Silver
in Mount
in
Silver.
Johto. So
Yeah.
like, I was convinced we're getting like a Johto remake, which I've been screaming
Yeah.
about for a year.
Which I would be fine with.
Yeah.
Johto and Kalos are my favorite regions. So I'm hit me up with more Johto. I will always play.
Dude, I mean, this is your show, but while I got you here, like, what do you think the next like 4 or 5 games are gonna look like, or the next 4 or 5 years?
You have to think that like the hype that happened around Legends Arceus, like I really hope they give us another Legends
Yeah,
game. I really think it'll be like Legends Unova or something like that if we get another one.
sure.
That would be in conjunction with the Unova remakes, but it will go back. It'll have the original dragon and the brothers that caused the separation and all that jazz. But
Yeah,
I would love for them to continue that. I don't think we're ever going to get another Let's Go game. I think that was like a one-time play
yeah,
to get Pokemon Go players into the
yeah.
console.
It's the Pokemon Go
Um,
game.
yeah, like I think they just want to get Pokemon Go players transitioned into like, oh, you've bought a Switch? Well, here's Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Things like that. So I don't think that we're going to get another Let's Go. So I would count that out.
Okay.
And I'm hoping we get another spin-off. I was just tweeting about that the other day. Like, I really hope like we get something akin to Mystery Dungeon or Pokemon Ranger, like a spin-off like that.
Yeah.
Not an app on your phone, but like an actual spin-off game, not a remake of Pokemon Snap, but like a new spin-off with a new idea. That would be great. And I'm really hoping that we see one of those soon.
Did Snap reveal or did Snap release in the summer? Is that what happened?
I believe it was summer. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I own it. I mean, I still played it and was like, wow, this is very like graphically pleasing. I like the art style. I like the Pokemon interactions, but I want something new
Yeah.
as far as a side game.
I know Mystery Dungeon was kind of like a BDSP treatment where it was really just a reskin. But if I mean, yeah, I don't want to ask for too much because I already asked for a lot from Game Freak. So, like they're obviously not listening, but if I don't want to use up my karma asking for things that I probably won't play.
No, I totally get you.
But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of cool properties that they've made in the past that they could make sequels for. Actually, the one that I would be really excited about would be like another Pokemon Pinball. I know that was kind of like a flash in the pan, kind of a trendy thing.
It'd be great though.
It would be. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I would love something like that. Pokemon like Shuffle and Trozy
Yeah.
and all those Pokemon Pinball. They were fun little games and they were fun that you could play them on your console. I just wish they would kind of,
Dude, pinball would be so much
go
fun.
more that route.
Yeah.
They would be. People would really get into that because people got into the Pokemon Puzzle League or
Yeah.
whatever the remake was a couple weeks ago, or the re-release on Switch.
Yeah, I mean, those games are. I mean, yeah, I think easy. They're just accessible. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's not. You can like it because it's Pokemon branding, but you don't have to play Pokemon.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. So okay, I like that. I think Unova is definitely coming at some point. I love the idea. This is kind of a new one.
It's gotta be.
But if we get a Legend style Johto game, that's obvious. But if it takes place like between if it takes place on all of Johto and Kanto, and to really just see Kanto recontextualized in a 3D space, we've never seen that. Like Let's Go was really like it was still a grid based game. You know what I'm saying? So like if we can actually like go to Pallet Town and it's like this 3D interactable space where there's like woods or there's like a little village there, or whatever town you're thinking of, right? There's a volcano, right, that erupts in the Johto timeline 3 years after like the main series. Like that, I don't know. I think that'd be so cool to see Kanto like that. That's what I would want for the Legends game, and then I think Unova's they could do something new with it. But there was like an interview where I forget who said it, but there was an interview where they were basically saying it was probably Masuda that originally that they were thinking about like a black 3, white 3. So the fact that they're on record saying that 15 years ago makes me think like that will come eventually, and it's awesome. Probably 5 to 6 years away.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got some time before they do it. I mean, yeah, probably 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yeah.
But as far as the Johto Legends, it would be very cool if I've always not always because Legends isn't super old, but since that's kind of been the talk, are we getting another Legends game? Yeah. Whenever I came up with the idea for Pokemon Legends Arceus in 2001, but no, since Legends has come out, I have thought it'd be really cool if we do get a Johto one to instead do Johto and Kanto as one region, since like Hisui is Sinnoh back in the day, like have a new region name that's Kanto and Johto. Like it's not two different regions, it's one people, one large area. And so I think that would be super fun. There is no difference. Like Pallet Town is just is in the same region as Ekrutik.
I love that,
that's just
dude. And
how it goes.
That actually makes way more sense because that they even share a league, right? Like they're like they're bound together forever. Like that would make
they're incredibly
sense.
intertwined. Like they're insanely connected. And I'm like, just do it. One's like one moved forward, one stayed traditional, and that was kind of Johto's traditional. So,
that's a great idea.
It'd just be cool to show like everything's traditional. This is an older, a more ancient style Japanese culture. It's a large region,
Yeah, and those are the two clans
with themselves,
right?
Yeah,
and
like it'd be so cool.
Bro. Okay, we don't actually know what like Scarlet and Violet is actually going to be about, like with the plot, but that actually ties up with all of the predictions that we've made so far. At least the predictions that I've been making. Like it's obviously going to be like past versus future, like two rivaling 100%. Factions. That's what it has to be, and that matches up perfectly with what you just said for Johto, or this new Johto Kanto region. So that would make sense if that new Legends game comes out in like a year or two.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see it and kind of see, like this like feuding kind of, because they like to kind of stay with a theme, a thematic idea. And so this is like a past form of that instead of a future form like Scarlet and Violet would be. It would just be cool. That's
that's really but like
one of my headcanon rants.
Yeah, that's I think I'm gonna adopt that. That's really cool.
There you go. But no, so in Pokemon Unite news, we now have Buzzwole officially playable. I don't know if you play much Unite, but I really wanted to get back into it. So maybe now is the time with Buzzwole kind of coming into the scene. Maybe I should hop in. And
Buzzwole is so dope. Like
knock people out. Yeah,
they've been trickling in the UBs, and I mean this isn't gonna happen, but they're cool Pokemon. They should bring them back. Give us some new ones.
I wish we could get some new ones. I really do, and like. Scarlet and Violet would be a great one 100%. To bring him into, because I mean if they're doing the whole time thing, and messing with time could easily mess with space. Bada bing, bada boom.
You got a Palkia, you got a Dialga. That's how babies are made.
There we go. We've tracked it all down.
That's where eggs come from.
Absolute no one knows where Pokemon eggs come from. I mean, come on.
You're not gonna
It's a
be
mystery.
you're not gonna be able to air this.
Yeah.
The government's gonna be after us.
Yeah. I heard you thought you'd crack the code, so we're gonna need to see you.
Yeah. Oh, there's someone at the door.
Yeah, we'll pause for a second.
No, that was the bit.
Oh my gosh. I'm not cutting that out. I'm keeping that in. I thought for real. I was like, oh, yep, that checks out. Someone's knocking on his door.
It's the police. It's the Johto police.
Oh, they know we've cracked the entire code.
No,
they were all one region at once. Like the eggs, we know where they come from.
It's the Ditto police officers from Alola.
Oh no, those were horrible.
I love this news segment where like this is literally what I do on the channel.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Read something about the news and you go, well, actually, what I think this thing about this thing.
Yeah.
Just go totally off.
The news.
Yeah.
The news is 45 minutes long now. But yeah, so next up is something that we've never actually really seen before, at least as far as I can remember. But we are going to be getting one of Ash's Pokemon from the Journeys team in Sword and Shield each week until September 16th. They're going to be claimable via code, which is going to be shown on the anime in Japan from the 12th of August until September 16th. But I'm sure people will spread it all over the internet, and there'll be 100 websites making content about it. So I'm pretty excited. All the Pokemon are going to be level 80, and I'm hyped to have a level 80 Dracovish with Water Gun, just like Ash's.
That's crazy. Well, first off, the fact that it knows Water Gun because these are anime moves. But like, do you think we're gonna get these Pokemon in the West?
I think so. I think people are gonna share the code. I think it's gonna be all over.
Okay.
I think once that code hits, because if they're showing it on, because I'm not outing anyone or saying that I use these resources to watch the anime episodes, but there are Twitch people that air the episodes live as they happen.
Well, they're reusable, right? So
yeah. So I'm like, once they get sent there, screenshot, it's gonna be all over. And like websites, if they
is that illegal?
I'll
retweet it if it's not illegal.
I have no idea, honestly.
Hold on,
but
they're at the door again.
You're very busy, house.
Yeah.
You have a very accessible address. My street address is 1 North Street.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the water gun part is absolutely insane. But Ash does
hilarious.
right now
Level
in
80.
the anime and the Masters 8. He's like, Dracovish, use water gun. And I'm like, teach it a different move.
Yeah, I mean, is it its go-to move? Maybe it's because it's such a weird Pokemon that it
still uses Vicious Rend, but all the time it's like water gun. I'm like, okay, stop.
Yeah.
Quit it.
That's so weird. I mean, what other like anime move would be? I mean, water gun's pretty easy to think of. I would think of water gun and flamethrower.
Hydro Pump.
Yeah, but Hydro Pump's so like OP. It's like you would save that for like the knockout hit, right?
I would be fine with like, because it can learn Brine, it can learn Scald.
Okay, then if it knows all those moves, it should know water gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Liquidation, like
teach it a dragon move.
Yeah, it knows. I think it knows Dragon Rush, right? Yeah.
So it knows a lot.
So that it knows the one, but still, water gun is absolutely insane.
Honestly,
that it's like sick. He's still calling that out on the regular.
So, do you like Pokemon Journeys? I mean, I've had 3 years to watch it. I have not watched it yet. It looks
compared
good.
to other Pokemon series, it is not my thing. But that is the writers are really wasting potential, in my opinion.
Okay,
but
how so?
They've really like Pokemon, like for the Masters 8, for example, like when they have like battles, they're not even a full episode. So like Ash vs. Steven, not even a full episode. And Thea versus Iris, not even a full episode.
Like
so
that.
Like they're zooming through these battles and they're not really well written. I don't know if you watched anything from X and Y.
Yeah, those are. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything was like it was in Johto, where like, dude, nothing beats like Ash versus Gary in the Silver Conference, or Ash versus Harrison, Charizard, Blaziken, like that. Like it would literally be a 2-episode match. Though that is like what I based my that was my in real life headcanon. Like that built my rivalry between me and my buddies. Like we thought we were that, and I'm talking about when we were like 18 years old, not 9. Like this is like those episodes are epic.
No, 100%. And it's things like that in my opinion, they've wasted one of Ash's companions because she's had an EV and trying to figure it out this whole time. And then they, have done nothing with that, and they refuse to give her Gigantamax EV or an evolution or anything.
Yeah, that's silly.
And so,
They're just trying to make
yeah,
it a
and then
mascot.
yeah, and they just kind of, they've really dumbed Ash down, even a step down from Sun and Moon, wherever he's like they're like, oh, we lost the Data, and so he like runs around the room and he's like, Data, where are you? And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
enough of
that's
that.
stupid.
Like, it's hard to do that and then be like, and he's the champion of the world, like, and he's the best trainer we've ever seen.
I mean, I never watched Naruto, but Naruto's like that, right?
I think
He's
so,
like a
yeah,
dummy,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he's like the best.
Yeah, I was like, kinda, but this is like childlike dumb, where instead of like airhead dumb.
Yeah, true. His team's
Yeah.
sick. Honestly, I think Ash would have the best team if he didn't have Sirfetch'd. I think Sirfetch was not what I wanted.
He's really benched that Pokemon too.
Really?
Yeah, like here as of recent, it's really been
All right, that's good.
warming up the bench for about.
And I like I think like the recurring joke is that like I would eat Pokemon. Not really, but like that's the joke. And like I think it is a good Pokemon. Like I like how it is. Like I love onions. Like great, that's awesome.
Same.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the character biography right now on Sarabi.
Yeah, no. Sirfetch'd, not like, it had a really cool arc for a little bit against a guy named Shinto, and then they, once that was over, they were like, all right, and we're gonna take this character and throw it in the trash.
True.
It's like, okay, you only have half of the series left. But yeah,
dude, those will be so good to
just
get in game. That's awesome.
No, it'll be cool, and like, the original trainer being Satoshi and all that, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, and Japanese, of course, but still, like, it'll be very cool to be able to have that, just to keeping Pokemon home and go, wow, look at my things.
True. Yeah, no, those are sick. I mean, they're like shinies. They're like one of a kind. You can't get them again, and
Yeah,
you can't even
100%.
trade them.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So
I'll get them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be using those codes, and it's nice to get back into Pokemon Sword and Shield. I gotta be honest. I
Yeah.
gotta play it some more. So August 18th through the 21st, it's coming up, and that is Worlds for VGC, TCG, Go, Unite, and comically Pokin, which is its last little hurrah here before it gets taken off the circuit. But I'm excited for Worlds to happen, to watch some of the matches and to see who wins. It should be a fun time.
Who is right now in the finals?
I know.
Is it 16? Is it top 16 or what is it?
I think it's 16, I thought, but I know if the North American champion is going, that's James Evans right now for VGC. I know he's going. TCG, I'm not totally sure. And then Unite is I think teams that have qualified so far, and that's a lot of work to keep up with that. But
yeah, no, it's
and then Pokken, I couldn't name a single Pokken player. No offense, I'm so sorry.
No,
Pokken players.
I don't either. But it's always fun watching the high. And what's even better now is there's creators who are actually narrating these battles and these duels or these duels. What do they call the trading? What do they call the trading card game? A battle and a trading card game, a match.
I think isn't it just match?
Yeah,
I think it's called match, right? Yeah.
If it's a card game, it's a duel.
But yeah, it's cool. They've been good at that, like Sierra Dawn and stuff like that. People like her content, and she has gotten the chance to do that, and that's very cool for her.
That's sick.
Very, very cool for her. I'm happy for her that she's able to do that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so Worlds is coming up. We'll have some new champions coming up.
Let's go.
So
what?
I think Wolfie's.
I was going to say, watch out, Wolfie. Yeah,
he's coming. He's coming in.
Dude, Wolfie's crushing the content. I remember watching him win live in 2016 or whatever it was. And then
it feels
kind of crazy.
The last year he's been really in on content.
Dude, he probably graduated from college or something, but he's crushing it. Yeah. I'm hyped for him. He is I imagine. So I don't watch sports. Sports have never been important to me like that. But I feel like his success, his longevity is this must be how a hometown hero must feel, right? To the locals. It's wow, it's he's really doing a good job.
That's our boy.
Yeah.
Look at him go. Yeah, no, he's been killing it, especially he's all over TikTok. He's doing shorts really well. I mean, even just his regular channel. I mean, he's really pushing out a lot of content, but it's all good. So
yeah, all the power to him.
Alrighty, so let's get to the big topic here. The trailer, the newest trailer is out. Yes. So what was your initial thoughts seeing the trailer? You like it? You hate it? Wish there was more? Wish there was less?
Yeah, a lot of all of that. I think this was so much better than the previous trailer that we saw 2 years ago. Like it was
Feels like it.
ridiculous. It like the previous trailer actually like downgraded my hype. But this one's exciting. I think the graphics look great. The open worlds look great. You can actually interact with your Pokemon in the overworld. That's super exciting. We did get a couple new Pokemon. I think we should have probably got a little bit more. I'm hopeful that maybe they give us a little. Yeah, you said when is Worlds? You said it was next week.
Yeah, so 18th through the 21st, and I expect there to be a
Yeah,
trailer then,
yeah,
like some sort of Pokemon reveal or
I
something.
agree. So I'm really hoping the rollout starts and they just start giving us, because I mean, like I said, like I follow leaks. There's so much stuff that no one knows about if you don't follow the leaks, and
Yeah.
it's exciting. Like there's a lot of really cool things that are going to be in these games, and like they gotta show us some of this stuff. So I'm happy. I'm hopeful. I love what I've seen. I love Satitan. Satitan's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Titan is my favorite out of the new three. I I know that Pokemon's not as big into showmanship as some of the other uh companies or video games or things like that, but like how cool would it be for you're at Worlds, there's kind of some downtime, nothing's really going on. Powers goes out except for on the screen. On the screen is the villainous team.
Yeah,
They say like a little bit, lights come back up, boom, that's the new villain team. That would be so good and such a hype
dude, that's
reveal for
exciting.
everybody.
That would
I'm
be
like I'm
incredible.
like yeah, they would never do anything like that because again, they're not into showmanship, but like
I actually
if
heard.
you would allow me to write some things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is a leak. I guess it is, but it's not a leak about the game. It's a leak about the production of what we thought we were going to see last week.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
there was like people got footage of the Pokemon Company or whoever's producing another live action trailer, like what we saw with the reveal trailer where the police officer was in the room. We're apparently
Yeah.
going to get another trailer like that. Maybe they're saving that for Worlds. So I don't know. We could see something pretty cinematic.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be super sick. Yeah, I really hope so. I do wish that we got more new Pokemon because I just like new Pokemon and I thrive off that.
Yeah,
And I'm always hungry for more. But the
I
ones
know,
we
right?
got were good. It's the Titan's fantastic.
So
The
Titan's really
Titan,
cool.
I
Yeah,
very polarizing though. There are people who love, like me and you. There are people who hate.
I
So I know several people that hate the Titan. They're
really.
like, I'm out. I do not want this at
So
all.
I guess like if so, there's a couple like caveats. Like again, this is a leak, but apparently there's supposed to be like a dolphin Pokemon, and I believe
Hmm.
that either there's going to be a dolphin Pokemon that evolves into Titan because it's like a dolphin to a whale. That makes sense in the Pokemon universe,
Hmm.
or
Makes as much sense as Remoraid Doctor.
right, yeah. So like, or Titan is the dolphin Pokemon. So like, if that is true and that's what they're basing it off of, like, I could understandably like, if you're looking forward to a dolphin Pokemon, like this is not it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you have Gorbis, right? Says the Pokemon Company.
yeah, you have Tapu Lele, dude. Tapu Lele is a dolphin,
Wow. Wow.
right?
Bless.
Yeah. So like, I think I don't know. I like weird designs like this. Like I like Duraludon, but I actually like this better. I like this better because I can
Yeah.
make sense of it's weird, but I can still make sense of it. And my favorite theory right now, this is just something I've been working around with a couple friends. But my favorite theory right now is that maybe so okay, again, I don't know if this is a leak. I don't know if I'm saying too much, but like I think it's pretty obvious we're definitely going to be seeing themes of past and future Pokemon, right? Whatever form that might take throughout the entire game, we definitely see that
Yeah.
with Koraidon and Miradon, right? So
Yeah.
my theory is that maybe a lot of the Pokemon in the region are just kind of like designed, and their initial inspiration is like, what if this Pokemon evolved to be like this? And so what I'm thinking is like, well, what if you take a whale, it adapts and evolves to live on land? You would get something like Titan, where it's a mammal that evolved to swim in the water to look like a whale, and then evolved again to live back on land. It's like its body's already changed so much, but now it needs to have legs to stand on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking right now. I think I'm not saying it's going to be like a past or a future form of another Pokemon we haven't seen. I think that design philosophy is probably there.
Yeah. Yeah. So how'd you feel about Fido, our purebred dog?
Yeah, Fido's hilarious. I think Fido is also disgusting. If you read its dex entry, it says that it's
Oh yes, thank you.
Breath
I agree.
smells like yeast.
Yeah, breath does produce yeast. I think it says they use it in cooking, like it literal yeast. I'm like,
But it,
that kind of grosses me
yeah,
out.
I mean, the yeast is just kind of nasty. Although
Hmm.
there's, although right now we have cooking downstairs. It's not even cooking. It's growing. We have
Yeah,
A
yeah.
SCOBY downstairs, getting ready to make up some kombucha.
There you
So
go.
maybe Gen 10 we get a kombucha SCOBY Pokemon.
There we go. Scoby. Yeah, Scoby sounds like a Pokemon name.
SCOBY, yeah, literally, it'll be. Let's design the Pokemon right now. SCOBY. It could be like it'd be a mushroom. It'd be like because mushrooms are grass type, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I can see it
absolutely.
just being fairy grass type or fairy, just maybe fairy because if it's a food, it's got to be fairy type.
Very poison. Very poison.
Oh yeah, well, kombucha's good. Actually,
Kombucha is good.
it's
Is good.
fermented though.
I
You're
don't know if you
right.
can eat Scoby. Can you?
No, I would not. I would not eat the SCOBY. No, you're right. It would be
Yeah, yeah,
poison
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's got alcohol in it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's alcoholic,
There
so
we go.
very poison. It's a little drunk
Yeah. So if
mushroom.
someone's listening right now and you want to you want to draw up what SCOBY would look like, that's a cute Pokemon. That's honestly adorable.
Yeah, right. It could be a little tiny little thing. Mushroom cap way too big for its head, like it
Yeah.
droops over, covers most of his body.
It's like melting like muck. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
super
yeah.
cute, and it just like thrives in water. Okay, that's awesome. Someone draw that.
So, is there anything that you kind of caught in the background or smaller things you kind of saw and got you super hyped? Like, there's like like again, there's Rotom phone is
Yeah,
back. Some
yeah.
people have pointed out. So, like, woohoo. And Rotom, another form, the form, it'll never die. Pokédex is gone. Rotom's here forever.
I think that makes sense. I actually like that. Like
Oh, no, I'm
you
fine
can
with it. Yeah.
continue to adapt it. If the flip phones come back, like the flip smartphones, if those if that's a thing, they can always just adapt Rotom to that. No, but I feel like you are baiting me a little bit. Yes, yes, Gogoat is in the game. Thank you, thank
Go,
you,
go!
thank you. Rage, rage. There's a lot of cool Pokemon in the background, like even Sawsbuck, even like that. Obviously,
Which is gonna look so good in this
it
game.
did.
Can we
It
address
looked
how
so
good the
good.
forms are gonna
Yeah,
look?
it looked so
Like,
good.
all of the forms are gonna look so beautiful. I'm so excited to see winter form
Yeah.
just going across in a snowy region.
And I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh, well, that means, seasons are back. Because I don't think that's going to happen. But regardless, like, they look so good. We haven't seen Sawsbuck in forever. I think I loved Sawsbuck in Gen 5. That was like one of my go
Yeah,
tos.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, like, then at this point, like, it's not even about seasons. Like, we just have such a big map and such a big open world
Yeah.
that we can just climates. Like,
Yes.
there's different climates here. There's arid, there's snowy,
And they
there's,
should have been doing
woods,
that
there's
in every other
woodland.
game.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
But
I know.
but this is gonna be good. The map looks really good. I don't know how much you've looked at it, but like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's
It looks beautiful.
super, super
It
good.
looks
That ice
beautiful.
mountain looks great. Super excited about that ice
Let
mountain.
me pull it up. It's there were a lot of really cool elements on the map. Let me pull it up.
One like really important part that I wanted to note on it is that it's not like just quadrants of different regions. Like it's not like this is the desert region, this is the woody. Like there's desert regions kind of mixed throughout where you'll obviously run through a small patch of desert and obviously run through a small patch of river and things like that. Like it's not like this is the water, this is the ice quarter, this is the sand quarter, this is grass. Done. It was kind of intermingled, which was
Yeah,
nice.
there's like these little pockets. I think it really hasn't set in for me that this really is going to be an open world game. I think Legends Arceus was a lot of fun and it wasn't even open world, but like this really is going to be open world where I can go from one end to the other. And I think a couple things this trailer kind of set me up because I'm like, I really was not excited for the multiplayer, but now thinking about this as like a truly open world game where you can truly just tap into multiplayer whenever you want, that sounds so amazing. That sounds so much fun. And I'm
Yeah.
really trying to temper my expectations until I see more.
Multiplayer is always dangerous because like that was the thing. Like they because the Pokemon Company also has a really bad habit of being like it's multiplayer
Yeah.
and then and let's go. Like it was like this person can walk around with you if you have another controller, and then it's multiplayer but only in the raid battles. Like it was like okay, well that's not multiplayer.
Yeah. Man.
That's just an online battle format. Like
I zoomed this map in earlier or last week, but I actually have an even higher res version of it right now, and it's actually incredibly high resolution. Like, and I'm like
mhm.
looking at all the little details of all these different towns that we've seen before in the trailer, but like it's really I'm sorry, I'm just kind of like lost right now. Like this is it's beautiful.
No, it's super cool. I saw it because Lumio's post asked if someone had a high res version, and someone was like, "Here you go," and commented it, so I just saved it. I saw that. Like,
Yeah,
thanks.
you can even see these like little like battle arenas all like in certain areas.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so curious about those. So curious about
they're
that.
probably just gonna be like your standard. I love that the Pokemon centers like are essentially just like save points. That's cool.
Yeah, and they're just out there.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I
like
mean? Just
that.
kind of open. Like you come up to them as you're
You don't
there.
need
It's
to
like,
go
oh hey,
inside. That's like a huge step up.
yeah.
That's
As long as I can still hear the music when I get kind of close, that's all I care
yeah.
about.
All right. Well, okay.
That's all I care about.
Elephant Caparaja in the room. What's going on underneath those clouds? Do I
That
have to
the
say it?
center clouds or the Kalos clouds.
The Kalos clouds. Yes, thank you. The collusion clouds. Yeah, those are collusion Altaria up there. Dude, what is that? What could it be? I mean, it has to be Kalos, right? It's literally
I
southern.
really hope so.
It's southern Kalos. So there are these like jagged mountains that look like they have obsidian tips. Okay, 100%. I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head. There's gonna be dragons here, and the dragons or whatever are going to use fire or whatever to like perfectly, or maybe it's the people, but it looks like a defense mechanism. It looks like they turn the mountains into like I think of like it's a fence, right? It's a wall. It's a protective
Yeah.
wall.
Whenever AZ was going around making his
Yeah.
monstrous machine, they were like, "You know what? We don't want anything to do with your country anymore, thank you."
Dude, there's definitely stuff under there.
Yeah, no, I really, really want just to go to Southern Kalos. Not and people are like, "I don't know why people think we would go back to Kalos. Why would we get
Yeah.
an entire another region?" I'm like, "I'm not trying to go to another I don't wanna replay Kalos." I mean,
No.
I do wanna replay Kalos again, but that's not
No.
the point that I'm making. The point is Southern Kalos DLC, just the area between
Yeah.
them. Like,
100%.
it doesn't have to be huge, just the Isle of Armor sized right
Yeah.
there, connecting the 2 areas, new DLC fun spot that I can be like, "I'm back in Kalos, woohoo."
Yeah. And it's like when you're playing Johto and you step into Kanto for the first time, it's not you don't step into Pallet Town for the first time. You step into this area and this person says, "You are in Kanto." Did you know that? And it's so minuscule and like you're not in an area that you've ever seen before, but it's supposed to be the region that you've known before. And it's like all of a sudden it feels way more, I guess, like immersive because it's not clickbait. It's not fan service. Is that the term? It's not fan
Yeah, fan
service. It's
service, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like a part of the region. If you just step over that area and it goes, by the way, you are in Kalos. This is the southern part of Kalos. Kalos has,
Yeah.
separated us, politically, but this is the same region.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
and then
so
they have
cool.
like, dude, and then with the DLC they give us like collusion Pokemon of whatever Pokemon they want. That's how they're gonna like, wiggle in new regional forms. They said these are
Yeah,
collusion
and it could be
forms.
just Kalos forms. Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be so good.
But
Yeah,
they're only
I would love it.
but anyways, it's like weird because I've been talking about it for a little bit and I almost don't know what to do with myself that it actually is probably gonna be real.
I really hope so. But if you look at the Galar map, even the full one with the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor, there are still islands you can't access and
Ooh.
cloudy spots that are on there, and it's frustrating. I'm
Well,
like, why did you not allow us to have
Well, I
this?
would say this, even if you don't go underneath the clouds, I think that section itself will make some sort of reference to Kalos. It's so like it's literally there's a wall and then there's area that you're going to be able to
Yeah, it's Galar.
yeah, you're going to be able to travel to that area beyond the wall.
That would be so. Like I said, I don't want to go through the whole region again.
No.
There's an easy division point. You already had to take a train to get to Kyloud City, which was already in the southernmost playable part in the game. So all you do is this region to Kyloud and then cut it.
Yeah.
Like simple. Like I don't need to play the whole. I do want to play the whole thing again, absolutely, but I don't need to right now.
So do you know about the other Mediterranean islands?
Like in the game.
No, like in real life that people have speculated are they're like islands that surround Spain. There's three
Oh
islands.
yeah, like still connected to the Iberian Peninsula, but
Yeah.
not mainland. Yeah. Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking like, yeah, one of we possibly get Kalos, and then there's three other islands that we could potentially go to. I think that makes too much sense.
Yeah, we're thinking too logically now.
Yeah, this is yeah. Sorry, they're back at the door. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
Hello, it's us, Game Freak.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so what did you think about the some of the characters that were revealed? Did you have a favorite? We got like Grusha and Jock and Arvin and Clavel. Is that how you say his name? Clavel. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
But
I think they're really cool characters. I think I gotta like play through the game to figure out which one has like the personality that I'm gonna be like, oh, that's cool. Like this is the one.
Yeah.
Like this is the TCG set that I'm gonna buy or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Grusha has a wicked sick like design. I think it's cool that he's got Satitan, my ace.
The hair and my ace.
Right? Yeah.
The hair and the eyes on Grusha are fantastic.
Yeah, no, he looks wicked cool. Would definitely cosplay if I cosplayed.
If I ever cosplayed anything, it'd be Grusha.
I'm trying to go to the Boston Comic Con next weekend.
Ooh,
so,
that'd be fun,
dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes to get I'll go to like Savers or Goodwill or something. I could put something together.
You gotta find like a ski resort.
No, but still, I think Nimona is definitely still like Nimona's such a cool character. Right off the bat, Nimona feels. I mean, it is our rival, but it feels like she feels like a main character.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Nimona looks so good. I would love for Nimona to be Ash's companion in the anime and be like a battle-focused companion because we never get that ever.
Oh, that's
so, like,
cool.
Please, like another gym challenger companion to Ash, and they are competing against each other as companions. You know, like
I love
who
that,
can get the badge first? You know,
it'd be
so good.
Someone was talking about that recently. I was probably another podcast. I have no idea. Someone was talking about how Ash needs another like battle companion. But I was like, this is like I was doing the thing where I'm like screaming at myself, like, you listen to me. And I feel like May was always that battle companion.
Yeah, like May definitely had that aspect to her. That's why I'm like, I don't think we've never had it because like Brock and Misty, May, all them could battle.
Yeah.
And like Misty, she didn't really have another goal. I mean, wanted to be the best water trainer, but that's still wanting to be a trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like Iris wanted to battle too. You know what I mean? Like she wanted to be a dragon master, but she wanted to battle.
True.
You know what I mean? So
that's
like,
true. Iris too. Yeah.
companions, but they don't focus gym battle wise, at least in my opinion.
My favorite parts of the gold and silver era of the anime was when I think it was when Ash and Misty are trying to capture Totodile and they're fighting over who gets to use the lure ball to capture Totodile. I love that so much because I'm like, that is what would happen if I had a companion. If I had like a buddy and we're traveling,
this one's mine.
Yeah, but like, get out of here. This is definitely my Pokemon. I threw we'd be arguing about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I still, controversial opinion, think Totodile should belong to Misty, but
dude, it's thematic. It makes sense,
and it would still be close to its companions that it traveled with. It would be in a water type gym, getting stronger, getting trained.
It would be a Feraligatr.
Yeah, it would just work out so well. But either way, beyond the point. But I'm really hoping Nimona is a travel companion, and I wouldn't mind seeing Arven because they bring up the fact that he's a great cook.
That's true. Yeah, Arven's
immediately.
Cool. Yeah,
like right off the bat, they say he's a great cook.
100%.
Like, he's bring us back a Brock, like cook companion. Well, I'm in,
dude. That's Until proven otherwise, I'll believe that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Nimona to me reminds me of she's like edgy, like an N character.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I completely get in vibes from her. Absolutely,
like she's totally independent. She's like, she is not a companion, but she's totally independent. She's doing her own thing, and it's like I don't know, that's a good rival, right? Because we've been complaining about rivals
I think it'd be great.
Not being a challenge, and I feel like she would be a type of rival where she's insightful, she would help us, she would be challenging, but she's not like sticking by our side. I guess I'm thinking of the video game right now.
Yeah, but either way, it would still be so good. Like, I would just love, because like that was the same situation with like when we saw Bede in Galar.
Yeah,
everyone was like, "Oh, finally another like angry rival for Ash," and Bede has not appeared in the anime, so like completely wasted there. But I'm like, Mnemonic has to be more important and carry enough weight to be in this anime. Like,
well, let's hope. Come on. Let's hope.
And like the art style switch with the new trailer looked really good because there was a big jump in art style, and like
with the characters,
it seems like there'll be weather and stuff going on. Yeah, the characters and just the grass, the general world looked really clean.
It did. It looked shimmering. I was talking to Jodo Johnny about this. He was talking circles above my head about the graphics and the Ys and he knows his stuff. All I know is it looks pretty. And
that's where I'm at. Yeah,
it looks really pretty. I think the characters, especially the player character, looked kind of awful in the last two trailers. It didn't look like it did not have a Pokemon like art style to it, and I think a lot of that has been fixed a little bit in this most recent one.
Yeah, definitely. I think they are finally going in the right direction for that, so I'm excited.
For sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let's get to the very last question here for you. I want to know, what is your favorite Pokemon memory?
There's way too many, man. Like I really do. Like if you want to think, okay, no, this one's like touching. This one's like nice. So,
Oh,
well, I don't even know because I think it was so long ago that the memories might have been mixed up or jumbled up. Actually, I got a couple cute ones. So like, so I think so I'll never forget playing Ruby version on a brand new Game Boy Advance SP. Right? They were both gifted it somehow to me. It was
yeah, it was really close to Christmas. I'm pretty sure. I think Ruby Sapphire Emerald might have came out in November. I think actually,
that would line up.
late November. So like it was like Christmas time for kids
Yeah.
our age.
So and it was and I'm gonna say this, it's not I'm not like emotionally affected by it, but it was, you know, people in my family were, but it was so I'm with my cousin, my two cousins, they're like older than me. They eventually gave me like an N64 years later. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'm with those cousins. I'm maybe like 5 or 6. They're maybe like 7 or 8 or whatever. And we're at I think at the hospital with I think it's my great grandmother. So it'd be like my father's mère, his grandmother. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she was in the hospital for something. I think it was like the end of her life. I was again too young. I'm playing I'm playing Pokemon Ruby, first time, right? I picked Brendan as my character. I'm like on the back of the bus or the moving car, ready to get out. I pick my starter. I picked Mudkip. I'll never forget. And my cousin helped me. Maybe he was like more like 10 or something. I really don't know. The ages are all different. But anyways, he picked the nickname Mudvayne for the Mudkip, which right maybe just sounds like a different variation of Mudkip. But years later, I figured out that's actually the name of a band. It's like a hardcore band or maybe like a metal band or something. It's called Mudvayne. And I guess that's just what my cousin was listening to at the time. He probably wasn't 8. I guess maybe I was 7 or 8 and he was like 12 or something. I don't know. But I thought that was cool because I could actually go back on Spotify, see that Mudvayne is a band. I don't think I like the music, but just I remember that whole era of Pokemon feeling so like not just nostalgic, but like refreshing, like
Absolutely.
vibrant,
getaway kind of.
No, vibrant. Like the game, it was the Game Boy Advance, but it felt so bright and new. And the first time I remember
A backlit screen, it made differences.
Dude, that's probably what it was. That is 100% what it was because we're at the hospital, right? Like it's just like a dingy room at night. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Because the first time I saw, that's the memory. But the first time I saw, Ruby and Sapphire, it was like some rich kid playing it on the playground. I must have been like in 3rd grade or something. That must have been when I was. So however old I am at that time. But dude, I'm playing my dingy GBA, my dusty Game Boy Advance, right? I'm sorry, I'm playing my dusty Game Boy Color, and he's
CBC,
and he's got the new one, and he's playing Ruby, and I'm looking at the screen, like, what is that Pokemon? I don't have that in my game.
How do you look into this? It's so bright.
I know, but but like there was like a Slakoth or something, or it was a Ralts, or I don't know what it was, but it was like I'm like that's not a Pokemon in my game. How do you have this? Like it was like magic. It was like witchcraft. You know what I'm saying?
Especially back then when fan games weren't a thing, so you're just like, who do you know?
Right? Yeah.
What have you unlocked? Did you do the Mew glitch?
Right? Yeah. I'm like, how is this even happening? So, I think that's the clearest, oldest memory I have. I've got some that are even further back. If you have me on again, I'll share some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll definitely have to be making regular appearances on each other's channels.
What's your oldest memory?
My oldest memory?
Your fondest. That was the question, right?
Oh, okay. I was like, oldest memory would definitely be from the anime. But my fondest memory, and I've shared this in another episode too, was actually when I was much younger. I got injured and I had to stay in my bed for a long period of time. To make me feel better, my mother bought me Pokemon Forever, the Celebi movie.
Wow.
And like a crazy amount of snacks. So I just I was in a bunk bed at the time with my brother. I got up in the top bunk, snacks all around me, watched Pokemon Forever about 5 times through. And like I was living life. Like I didn't even care that I was hurt. I was living the high life. I was like, I don't have to get up and do anything because I'm injured. I get all the snacks that I want, and I get to watch Pokemon nonstop, and no one questions me.
That's amazing. Actually, that reminds me of a time when I had like the flu or something, and I was like, I don't even care because I was playing. I built a little fort in my room. I was like deathly sick, but anytime I wasn't
Yeah.
like puking, I was in my little fort on the floor playing Pokemon Coliseum. It was a fort. I hooked up the TV in the GameCube, and it was probably just a weekend, but it felt like an eternity.
No, yeah, great memories, fantastic memories for sure. Alrighty, guys, so we will go back to the trivia questions. You think you're ready with your answers, Dusty?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident.
Alrighty, yeah. So let's go back to question one. In episode one of the Pokemon anime, we see a Pokemon fly across the sky near a rainbow, inspiring Ash to chase his dream of becoming a Pokemon master. We didn't know at the time that this was a Generation 2 Pokemon that we would later be introduced to. What is that Pokemon?
What is Ho-Oh?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah. I think most people will know that unless, you're like, I've never watched OS before.
Yeah.
But
It's like the first episode, right?
yeah, it's the end of the first episode.
That is so cool.
Because everyone's like, we're going to know this Pokemon. Because back then, again, no internet, no nothing. So you're like, eventually this Pokemon will be a thing.
Yeah, the anime was really cool back then where it would it felt like a living world and an extension of the games where it would literally hint things, right? And it's much different
Yeah.
to see a Pokemon in the anime, like with a personality and a story, than it is to see a Pokemon, not like if there were like a data mine leak or something, right? For the first time.
It absolutely shapes some of your favorite Pokemon. When you see a Pokemon that's stagnant and not moving versus when you see it in the anime, it's like, wow, I love this Pokemon. Because like Brock's Ludicolo
Yeah.
or Misty's Togepi, things like that kind of form your like love for those Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, question 2. During the pre-release trailer cycle for Generation 8, we had an extremely long live camera footage event focusing on the Glimwood Tangle, which revealed 2 Pokemon. Which 2 Pokemon was that?
Ponyta, Galarian Ponyta, and what's it called? Impidimp.
Correct, yeah. Galarian Ponyta and Impidimp both were shown.
Yeah, that
lasted literally like all day. Live. It's so interesting.
I was smart, and I think I went to bed, and then it was all day, right? It was 24 hours. I just went to work. I was like, this is stupid. And then
I thought I would sneak it and watch the first like hour because I thought it was going to be nonstop excitement, but it was not. So I was like, okay, I will come back to this when something is all over the internet.
Literally, yeah. I think I would check Sarabi every like couple hours, and they had like minute to minute updates. It was like a leaf rustled at this time stamp, and then like a branch moved, and we saw maybe what is this? And it's like it was Galarian Ponyta's tail, right?
Yeah, right. Joe Merrick never sleeps, man. That dude's he's on it.
He's on it.
Alrighty, question 3. The first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, featured Ash battling a pirate named Raymond in the opener. It revealed a never-before-seen Gen 2 Pokemon fighting Bulbasaur. What Pokemon was that?
Donphan.
Correct. And Donphan's one of my top 10 Pokemon because of that movie. I remember watching it being like, what is this? Like, this thing is a tire.
It's so cool. It really is such a cool Pokemon. And
it's fantastic.
Excitingly, Pokemon. Like, it's actually going to be in Scarlet and Violet in what looks like pretty early game.
Is there. Yeah. I know. I love Fampi too. Like, so good.
Yeah.
So excited to have Donphan again. Alrighty, you ready for your tricky one here?
Yeah, let's do it.
True or false, Minior, Mudsdale, Lurantis, and Oricorio were all revealed in trailers before Sun and Moon's release.
Say it one more time. I'm just trying to think. And the qualifier is before the release of the game, right?
Yep. So they were shown in trailers. Sun and Moon, unlike a certain unnamed game, Scarlet and Violet, had a lot of trailers.
Yes.
So they had a lot of trailers with a lot of Pokemon featured ahead of time. So the 4 Pokemon that I'm asking if they were shown before the games came out were Minior, Mudsdale, Lurantis, and Oricorio.
So you're saying Mudsdale, and I feel like I remember seeing a trailer for whatever the preform is.
Mudbray?
Yeah, Mudbray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say, they were all revealed beforehand because they weren't in the data mine.
That is true. Yes, they were all revealed beforehand.
Let's
all
go.
In the same trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a big trailer.
It also the same trailer that released Alolan forms. There's a lot going on in that trailer.
Oh, dude, yes. Dude, oh, so I was in Montreal at a music festival when that happened. We were recovering the next morning, and that trailer came out, and I could not believe it, man. I was like, I spent the whole morning looking at. This is when we like knew about. It was Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Vulpix, and Alolan Executor, right? I think that those were also in the trailer.
All three of those were the beginning ones.
Yeah, dude, that was a crazy trailer. That was incredible.
So that Mudbray reveal, actually, they have Mudbray, and then later in the background they show Mudsdale without ever saying its name.
Okay.
So they say Mudbray, immediately cut to in the background someone's riding a Mudsdale.
Ooh,
so
okay. That actually makes sense because I remember seeing Foot. That's one of those Pokemon where it's like you see a glimpse of it, and then all the fans, like all the artists, like draw their interpretations of and their predictions of what it's gonna look like. And then typically what happens is I'm like, when we get the original art, I'm like, okay, well the fans might have had it better, just ever so slightly. I like Mudsbray a lot. Mudsdale.
No, Mudsdale is fantastic.
I used it in my playthrough. I'm just
yeah, absolutely. High horsepower when that first came out was an absolute tank, and then the stamina ability, it was all good. Great Pokemon.
All right. Dude, I'm crushing it. Am I doing well?
4 for 4.
Has anyone else done this?
4 for 4. Yeah, no, yeah. No, so we've had some people. We've only actually had one person miss a question. That was the YouTuber Aleximo. I want to call him out because he listens to every episode, so he'll listen to this and be like, "Why you got to bring it up again?" His were very difficult though. They were all about the Pokemon manga because he knows more about. Pokemon
I remember that
manga
episode.
than anyone I've ever talked to. So yeah,
I did listen to that episode a while ago.
Yeah. So
I didn't know any of them.
Yeah, right. It's tough. Alrighty, so question 5. When Kalos was announced, 5 new Pokemon were in that announcement trailer. What 5 Pokemon were they?
Ask me that one more time.
When Kalos was announced, 5 new Pokemon were revealed in the announcement trailer. What 5 Pokemon were they?
All right, this is going to be tough because I have a really distinct memory I was at my internship. I interned at a baseball stadium. So I was like doing my job in the stadium in the rain, but I had my cell phone. And I'm like looking at all the trailers, and I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna say the ones that I remember. I don't know if this is true or not. Actually, no. Let me go back. Wait. I need a lifeline. Was Sylveon the first Pokemon revealed? Sylveon and the wait. This is what it is, right?
I will say Sylveon was early, but it was not actually in a trailer. That was revealed in the Eevee and Friends anime.
I thought it got its own trailer. Okay. So this is what it is. The starters.
Correct. That's 3.
The legendaries.
Xerneas and Yveltal. Yep, that's 5.
Okay. I thought it was 6. Okay. Yes. Let's go, dude.
5,
let's go.
5. Yep.
Dude, I was ready to say Talonflame, Noivern, Helioptile. I was ready to see that bunch.
Yeah. So
that was the second one, right?
Yeah. So, but Helioptile, Noivern, and Gogoat were all revealed in the anime in the Decalore Island special, where the journalist Alexa traveled around. She is Viola, the bug gym leader's twin sister, and she shows those Pokemon to Ash because they see Helioptile and it's like, what Pokemon is this? And then later you see Gogoat, Noivern, and so those are the 3 anime releases revealed before the generation was even announced.
Yo, my favorite, I don't know if this is unrelated, but it just sounded like what you just said. My favorite Ash quote is when like I think Misty says, like, you should go to therapy, Ash. And he goes, what's that? What kind of Pokemon is that?
What kind of Pokemon is that?
That's one of my favorites.
It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so you got 5 out of 5.
Let's go, guys.
Killing it.
So am I in an elite club?
You are in an elite club.
Has anyone else done this? Not even Zach?
Pete, there have been some people that have gotten the 5.
All right.
So, but still, the episodes are still coming. We will definitely have some people that won't get them all. But
this is super fun.
Have to see what happens there. Thank you. So we'll start wrapping it up. Any parting words from you? You got any promotions, things to watch out for coming up on your content, projects, collabs?
Yeah, I think definitely what I want to do in this, just being here today is kind of all part of that. I think what I want to do on my channel going forward is really work on collaborating with more YouTubers, people my own size, smaller, bigger. I'm having a great time theorizing and speculating on all things Pokemon as soon as Scarlet and Violet come out, I mean, I'm gonna have a lot more time on my hands. There won't be as many rumors and leaks, so I think there's gonna be a lot of change up in the channel. But if you like this conversation and you like the speculation, come on through.
Absolutely. He is making tons of great content. I'm a huge fan of Dusty's channel. Uh, and I want to thank you again for being on the show, Dusty. I want to thank Jorge Benes for making an amazing theme for this podcast. And I want to thank all you listeners out there that made it this far. We'll be back with another episode in just 2 weeks. So make sure to follow the podcast and watch out for that episode. Until then, check out the past episodes and Dusty's channel. And most importantly, keep loafing around.